This is Big Leagues Country Roads Rankings. Yoo-hoo!
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first ever live edition of the Country Roads Rankings, brought to you by Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. I am Travis, KMAC Trav, Big Mac Trav, Kmart Trav. You guys just keep giving me nicknames, so just keep throwing them out there. But I am Travis Berardi with the first, like I said, ever live edition of the Country Roads Rankings here on this Thursday afternoon. It's Thursday, right, Hayden? The days just go on to one when you're having a great time here at the OH Report. But we've had some great high school basketball throughout the season, and my rankings are starting to wind down now. We're going to start with the boys here. The district draw coming up on Sunday, so a couple more Country Roads rankings left, but a little bit of a shakeup in my top 10. So before we get into my top 10, as always, a couple teams that are just on the outside looking in, and there's one team, the Northmore Golden Knights. They could have made the top 10, lost a tough one to Fredericktown at home, but they bounced back with a huge victory over Winford a couple nights ago. That they sit right on the outside looking in, but they have a big chance to maybe jump into the top 10 before we get to the end of this season. But now, without further ado, let's get into my top 10 rankings. And since we are live, and I see there's some people out there, let me know how I'm doing. Comment, who do you think should be in the top 10 and whatnot once we get through? We're going to go through the boys, we'll take a break, and then go through the girls. But we're just going to wing it here. First ever live edition of the Country Roads Rankings. But nonetheless, my number 10 team, the Centerburg Trojans, they are at 12-6. They are the 9th team in the Central District in Division 3, 25th overall in regions either 11 or 12. And I say 11 or 12 because in that Central District, they get to choose one of two districts to go into, and that's the region they would be in. So Centerburg right now 12-6, unable to get the KMAC championship because of Fredericktown's win over Northmore, but they can still hand Fredericktown its first loss this week in a game you'll see live and free Friday night in Freddyburg. Can they do it? That would help out their district seeding as well. Number 9, our team, the Fighting Amar Davises of Mansfield Christian School, 12-4. They went 1-0 last week. The number 4 team currently, according to Martin RPI, in the Willard District in Division 4. Number 13 overall in Region 13. One of those sneaky good teams that nearly pulled off a victory against Lucas. You'll see them go up against Lucas this week as well at the Cub Cave live and free tomorrow. So that should be a big one. It could help Mansfield Christian out in the rankings as well if they can get a victory. Now to my number 8 team, the KMAC champs, the Fredericktown Freddies, 11-0 in conference, 13-6 overall. They picked up a very good win against Elgin. You saw live and free with myself and Mark Bollinger a couple nights ago, but that helped their standings as well, as Fredericktown has jumped all the way up to 8th now in Division 3 in the Central District, according to Martin RPI. Also up to number 24. That's about a 10-team jump since knocking off Northmore and Elgin. A couple big wins for them as they get ready for the tournament. And Freddyburg, like I said, you can watch that live and free. It should be a good one against Centerburg. Now to my number 7 team, a team that has dropped, the Colonel Crawford Eagles. Tough loss to Cary at Cary. Might have cost them a chance at a Northern 10 championship, but you never know with this conference. A lot of good teams, but the loss to Cary, their lone loss in the week since my last Country Roads rankings. They're the top team in Division 4, and as well the number 5 team in Region 13. So despite the 5 losses, they still have a very good strength of schedule, and still in my top 10 at number 7. At number 6, a team that knocked them off last week, the Winford Royals, at 11-5. And let's take a closer look at those Royals. They're 6th in the Division 3 Norwalk District, according to Martin RPI. Number 26 in all of Region 10, but that's a tough district that they are going to be playing in. So number 6 might sound not as good, but it's a very good district, and if they can make their way up, they would have a chance. They went 1-1. They fell to Northmore, though, on Tuesday, which could have helped them if they got a win, but they still sit at number 6. Now to my top 5, you're going to see a lot of Northern 10 teams coming up here, too, because it's such a great conference and a tough conference. But my number 5 team, the Seneca East Tigers, 12-5. They're the number 3 team in the D4 Willard District right now, according to Martin RPI, and they're a top 10 team in their region, number 8 right now in Region 13. The rest of these teams are going to be top 10 in their region. That's just how good of basketball we have on the boys' side here in North Central Ohio. And we also, well, little teaser, the girls' side, a lot of top-ranked teams as well. Now to the top 4. Number 4, Lucas drops down 1 spot despite getting a victory last week against Loudonville. They're 14-3, the number 2 team in the D4 Willard District, right behind Colonel Crawford. It's that close. If Lucas could win out, they could possibly jump Crawford and get that top seed in the Willard District, but we'll have to wait and see. Number 6 in all of Region 13, and that's a region led by Richmond Heights, a powerhouse, the number 1 team in all of the state, too. But that could be a team that either Lucas or Colonel Crawford sees in the regional, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We still got the draw and everything else. Now to my top 3. Number 3, it's Cary, baby. 13-3. They are the leaders in the clubhouse right now in the Northern 10. I got a big one against Mohawk coming up, though, that could determine the conference. Myself and Andy Jardy are going to be on the call. I haven't seen Andy in so long. Can't wait to do that. But the Cary Blue Devils, number 3 team, 2-0. They had that big win against Colonel Crawford as well. They're 4th in the Division 3 Lima District, number 6 overall in Region number 10. Tough thing for Cary, though, is their district has Ottawa Glandorf and a couple other good teams. But hey, Cary, they have what it takes. They're a really good team this year. That is why they are number 3. At number 2, which might be a head-scratcher to some people, but Mohawk. They're 16-2. They're the top team in the Division 4 Findlay District, number 4 overall in Region 14 as well. And like I said, those two battling out. If my number 1 team falls again, that matchup between Cary and Mohawk may decide my Country Roads champion. But Mohawk just a little bit below my number 1 team, and that is the Crestview Cougars. Despite losing a tough one to Ontario, their 2nd loss of the season. They went 2-1 last week. They're 2nd overall in the Division 3 Norwalk District. They're number 8 overall in Region 10. But like I said, Mohawk just on the outside of Crestview for that top spot as well as Cary. But those two teams meet at the end of the season. Crestview slips up one more time. Hey, we may have a new number 1 team. But a lot of you watching during your lunch hour. 17 people on Facebook right now, a lot more on YouTube. But thanks for watching, all of you out there. And give me a comment. Where are you watching from? Are you watching from work, at home? You having lunch? You out at, at McDonald's? I don't know. The McDonald's is not a good place for lunch. Maybe the Subway? I don't know. I'm hungry now, too. Anyway, these boys' rankings, once again, as always, brought to you by Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. Thank them always for being the sponsor for my football and basketball rankings. But I'm not done yet. Billy Caudill, work, go Cubs. Billy's watching from work, and he is a Cubs fan. We're going to have Lucas's game against Willard this week, right, Hayden? Hayden's just off screen right here with the headset and everything on. Big Cubs fan, but we'll have that game. That could help Lucas out as well. Willard coming up in Division 2. And funny story, I actually had them in my rankings in Week 1 because I thought they were still Division 3. No, that's not the case. They're D2, so they're not eligible for the Country Roads rankings. I'm looking off screen at Hayden. He's like, it's not like I'm looking at nothing. I'm not that crazy yet. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the girls' top 10 rankings. So stick around, get a couple more bites, go get a refresher on your refreshment and everything like that. I'll be right back with the girls' Country Roads rankings right here, live and free for once on the Country Roads rankings on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
This is Big Leagues Country Roads Rankings. Yoo-hoo!
Welcome back to the Country Roads Rankings. I love that intro so much. We had to play it twice. Brian acting like a country bumpkin for one, so it's just fun to have it. So, you know, and everybody knows I love my country roads. John Denver, go Mountaineers. Anyway, I'm back with the girls' top 10 Country Roads Rankings, brought to you once again by Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. Another shout-out to Billy Caudill. Thank you for airing the Cubs on the OH Report. Well, thank you for watching the Cubs on the OH Report, and thank you, everybody, for watching on the OH Report, live and free. We do it for you, not for us, not for, we want to take off in the media sphere or anything like that, but we want to show you these games live and free. We at least don't want to do a paywall. I know other people are trying to make money off of this, but we just want to do it for you and the athletes. That's why we're here. And that's why I'm here with the Country Roads Rankings, looking like a complete bundled up cold Mountaineer fan that doesn't know what winning is, because, yeah. Anyway, I'm done rambling. There's 7 people watching. It's about to drop down on Facebook. But I'm here with the girls' top 10 Country Roads Rankings. Before we get going, I'm KMAC Trav once again. Big Mac, KMAC, Kmart, Blue Light Special, whatever, here with the girls' top 10. And before I do the top 10, as always, there's a couple girls' teams that are just on the outside looking in. First, the Danville Lady Devils, 10-8 now. They are the number 6 seed in the Division 4 Central District. The district brackets have already come out, so I'll let you know that. But I will also tell you their Martin RPI regional ranking. They're 21st right now, but 10-8. They went 2-0. Good last week for them. They have one more week before tournaments start. Another team, a team that just dropped out, Cardington. The 9-time defending KMAC champs are on the ropes right now. They lost a tough one to Centerburg. They lost a tough one to East Knox. 10-7 now, 0-2 last week. They just drop out. And they have a big one coming up, a rivalry matchup that's going to determine an outright KMAC champion. But we'll get to that down the road, down the country road. See what I did there, Hayden? Here in a little bit. But let's, without further ado, get to my top 10 teams, and I'll stop mumbling and looking like a moron right now. But number 10, welcome to the Country Roads Rankings, the Winford Lady Royals. At 9-8, they had a big victory over Colonel Crawford. They are the number 7 team in the Shelby District, and with a sectional semifinal win, could face Colonel Crawford for a sectional championship. They are the number 23 overall team in region number 10 in Martin RPI. And shout out to Martin RPI, too. What a great determining factor for the Northwest District seeding. Strength of schedule, all that, takes all the politics out, and it really it does tell who could be into the regionals and into the state Final Four. But shout out Martin RPI. Thank you for helping us out. Makes me sound smart for once. I mean, it doesn't happen a lot. Now to my number 9 team, Cary Baby. Once again, the boys in the rankings, Winford boys, Winford girls, Cary girls, 13-5. They went 3-0, knocked off 3 teams they are supposed to beat as the top team in the Fostoria District, number 1. They're number 9 in Region 14. Congratulations, Cary. Great season so far, but they have a team just ahead of them that could knock them off, that wants to knock them off. My number 8 team, who went 2-0 as well, 14-5, the Mohawk Lady Warriors. They're the number 2 team in the Fostoria District, number 9 overall in Region, number 10 overall in Region 14. So those 2 teams, you might be asking, why is Cary behind Mohawk when Martin RPI has them? Because we go by the Berardi RPI here as well, and I have them at number 8, but it could change. We still have a week or 2 left in my Country Roads rankings. To my number 7 team, a team that has dropped. Now, Hayden's even giving me a dirty look because I dropped them so low. The Upper Sandusky Lady Rams, 2 tough losses to 2 teams in my top 10. Well, 1 team that would be, but they're Division 2, the Shelby Lady Whippets. They lost by 5 at home, and then they lost to Buckeye Central on the road. But it's still 2 losses. If they would have been anybody else, they probably would have dropped lower or dropped out, but they still stay in my top 10. A lot of respect for them. They're the number 2 team in that Shelby District, number 9 team overall in Region 10, but they're going to drop a little bit lower. And the reason why Hayden is so mad at me is because they dropped below my number 6 team, who stays put, the Clear Fork Lady Colts, despite going 1-1. They lost to the top team in last week's rankings, Pleasant, and then had a win over a Division 1 team in Marion Harding. That's why they stayed at number 6, and that's my reasoning. Call me out for it. We're live right now. You want to call me out for this? Please, go ahead. That's what I'm here for. I like to create a little bit of controversy. Kathy Dodge, our favorite Shelby Whippet, watching right now. Kathy, hope you're having a great afternoon. Just talking about your Lady Whippets and their big win against Upper Sandusky. But sorry, they can't be in my rankings because they're not a Division 3 or 4 team. But maybe Hayden will start an upper class rankings next year. You know, he's the resident Whippet here on the OH Report. But I digress, because we go into our top 5 now. At number 5, the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles. They dropped down as well because of the loss to Winford, the only game they had last week. However, they will be the number 3 team in the Shelby District, and they're the number 13 overall team in Region 10 on the Martin RPI. And like I said, wouldn't it be cool to have a Winford Colonel Crawford sectional championship, Hayden? He nods his head vigorously. He wants that as well. There's the thumbs up. That is Hayden's thumb right there. And there's his hand. Okay, that's a little too much of you now. You can go back to your corner now, Hayden. Now to my top 4. And I saw Coach watching earlier, but the Mount Gilead Lady Indians, 14-5. They will play Cardington not only for a share, but for an outright KMAC championship. And guess what? You can watch it live and free on Saturday with Hayden Gray on the call. I'm calling it out now. Hayden Gray will be calling the KMAC championship game between two rivals that are separated by like 4 miles, Cardington and Mount Gilead, live and free. But Mount Gilead went 2-0 last week. You saw them last night knock off East Knox. You saw them on Saturday knock off Fredericktown. They are the number 4 team in the Columbus District. They got a good shot of at least making a district semifinal there, and they are the number 12 overall team in region number 15. Now to my top 3. And the highest jumper this week, the Loudonville Lady Redbirds, back to where they belong in the top 3. They are 15-3. They went 3-0 last week, including a very impressive victory over Lucas with the National Player of the Week, Corey Vermelia, who just keeps balling out. Number 3 team, 4th in the Worcester District in Division 3, number 13 overall in Region 9, according to our good friend Martin RPI. But the Lady Birds back in the top 3. Now a little bit more controversy just because of what happened, but it's still a loss. Number 2 team, Pleasant, 16-4. They did knock off Clear Fork as in a game you saw live and free last week, but it was a tough loss to Ontario. I know there might have been some injuries that played into it, but they're just on the out, kind of like the boys with Mohawk and Crestview. They're just behind my number 1 team, and that number 1 team, once again, every week we've had the Country Roads rankings except for one, which was last week. The Buckeye Central Buckettes have been the top team, 16-3, and they had a win over Upper Sandusky. That's the reason why I had them up ahead of Pleasant, because Buckeye Central beat Upper Sandusky, who was 4th. Pleasant beat Clear Fork, who was 6th. So that had a little bit to do with it as well. But Buckeye Central, the top team in the Willard District, number 3 overall in Region 13, in a region where, once again, Richmond Heights is the number 1 team in that region. But Buckeye Central, I keep saying this week in and week out, they lost 2 of the best players in school history, yet they have so much veteran talent coming back. They might have another shot at getting back to the UD Arena with the unfinished business down there in the state Final 4. But that'll wrap up my top 10. Let me know. I'm still here live. I see some people still on here. Where are you watching from? You all watching from work, on your lunch break? You have a day off? You watching from your home office? Where are you watching from? Let me know. And let me know if I did anything right, if I did anything wrong. I know Hayden already gave me his grief for putting Upper Sandusky so low, but they're the number 2 team in their district. And Clear Fork, who's right ahead of them, they might see each other in a district semifinal to just fight it out against each other and see who goes on. But that's it for my girls' Country Roads rankings. Once again, let me know in the comments section. Even though if you're watching this over again, we're not live anymore, put in the comments section, who do you think is your top team? Who do you think is going to go far in the girls' tournament as well as the boys' tournament? That'll be determined on Sunday, and I'll have another tournament update with that, and we'll talk about it during the Joe Show. But hi, Kathy. Kathy says hello to you and I, Hayden. Nice of you to stop in, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you down the line. I know we're going to probably cover Shelby in the tournament too, so I'll be coming over to you for all the great stats that you keep, so it makes my job easier. But I'm going to get out of here because I need to go get some lunch. I'm talking about food too much, and you just look at me. I need to do that. But I am KMAC Travis, Big Mac Travis. Ooh, Big Mac sounds good too. Kmart, not smart. That's me, Travis Berardi. Guy off the side of the screen here that you don't see is Hayden Gray, who produced this. He actually came up with the idea as well. So I appreciate it, Hayden. This was fun. Maybe we'll do this once again some other time when we have time, because this is the only thing we're having today on the OH Report. We get an afternoon off, so I think I'm going to go play some basketball or something. Hayden, he's going to go spend time with his bunny. He has a pet bunny, so he's going to go do that. And then when his wife gets home, probably make her dinner, right? Yeah, give her flowers, maybe a box of chocolates or something. It is February. He wants me to go. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. This was fun. I hope you all have a great Thursday afternoon and a great start to your weekend. And make sure to watch all of our high school coverage this week. We got Shelby also. Kathy, actually, I'll see you tomorrow, Kathy. Hayden and I will be down there at Clear Fork. Big one. Shelby can clinch an outright MOAC championship. Got the KMAC championship coming up. Couple other games. It's championship week right here on the OH Report. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Once again, brought to you by Knox Community Hospital. I am going to go eat. I'll see you later.